The days are counting down. Columbus weekend, October the 10th, inside Club Amazura. We've been talking about it for quite some time now, man. It's almost here. It's almost time to shut up and actually put up. Now you know how it goes. Right before any competition, every fight, you hear the competitors talk about why they're going to win and how they're going to win and who are going to lose. But then the competition always tells a different story. There can only be one winner. One sound goes to World Clash. One sound goes to UK Cup Clash. One sound comes back to US Rumble next year. It's all about winning. Jamie Hype is in the building. And he is... I'm not sure, Jamie, did you win the first US Rumble or did you win the second one?
No, the second one, 2004.
2004 US Rumble recipient.
Yeah.
So even though we are doing US Rumble and many of you might think this is the first, it was something that we did maybe a decade ago or so.
Yep.
Very huge turnout. Very well celebrated. Some gladiator sounds were in the building at the time. Jamie, let's talk about your experiences at the Rumble 2004.
Well, I mean, Rumble was definitely a big move. You know, the sounds were spotlighted. The competition was fierce because it's the first time even me as a sound system warred against so many sounds from so many different areas with so many different styles, because a lot of people don't understand, especially now as a sound that tour the world, you will learn that everywhere you go, there's a different style of music and you have to play accordingly. As a selector, you have to learn how to adjust. So US Rumble, the first one, was the first time you buck up on a sound from Chicago, Florida, Texas, you know, all these different places. So it was just a matter of you staying focused on doing what you had to do.
Yeah. Did you feel that you had the advantage at the time because you were...
I definitely did. I mean, I actually had a big push because at that time, I was just basically coming back into sound clashing. You know, after a while, those who didn't know, after early 2000s, the sound clash thing did kind of phase out. So it was kind of rough. And then I actually had a lot of support because after the first US Rumble, it's like DJ Rye, Squeeze, everybody from the Bronx, all the local radio stations were saying, yo, if anybody for represent Bronx, Young Arca, the sound where kick up Travelers in them prime, beat up Black Cat from way back, and we was the machine, but we in a war. But the fact that there's so many radio stations
were pushing you,
was pushing me, they practically pushed me with two hands in at the door and say, yo, you need to represent. I think the first one was Rich Kid Sound.
I forgot what Rich Kid Sound was.
It's so bad. Rest in peace, my brother. Mention Kid.
Stainless. Yes.
Yes. Rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah. Mention Kid, my brother.
Very, very huge. So it was 2003, 2004.
Yeah, and when Stainless couldn't do it, them start push me.
The winner of the 2003, of course, was Poison Dot Sound System out of Florida. They were the first actual holders of the US Rumble trophy, making them the national champions of 2003. 2004, of course, the trophy goes to New York, or stays in New York, as Young Hawk comes in and takes that. You win. Were the obligations fulfilled? Did you get to go to the World Clash? Did you get to go to the UK Cup Clash? What was those experiences like for you?
Well, I don't know if anybody has ever heard my recent... I know I've done a bunch of interviews on all kind of station. I tell people... Big man thing, the US Rumble Championship was the pinnacle of my sound system career. Like, and I've said this in many of interviews. This is the first time when I reached to England, especially. Not even the US one per se. It was good, nice crowd. But the touring part, that's the first time I've been to a place where you have people asking for autographs, asking to take pictures. You go into big radio stations, BBC, One, and these places, doing these interviews. You're in your room, you get phone call, come down to the lobby, because these two newspapers want to do an interview with you. I never do so much interviewing in my life. I felt like a star. You see me? I said, and a big man thing. You know, that experience of flying out and you having these people looking at you like you are the man, you know. You are, and also what was great about it was the people that I was amongst. The great, you know, Be a Sad City there. The Squingy was there. Who else? Mataran did there. Dirty Panther, my brother.
He was amongst the greats.
Most of the greats, exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And to be with amongst the peers are the people that were at the heights of dance hall. You just fit in your, you know, it make me feel like, yo, me reach. And when you get interview and woman, I look you left, right, and say, well, I shouldn't ever tell you. I was the man in England.
Your man, I listen to your show, yeah, right?
No, me and my baby mother broke up now, so we can't talk the thing.
Watch it, thing.
Me and baby mother left.
But basically, upon winning US Rumble, it puts you to a next level where you feel like, say, yo, all the work me I put in my career right now, I finally reach a stage where I can represent.
And you got a meaningful title.
Yeah.
And at the time, you were the America's champion sound.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to the UK and you represented as the American champion. Win, lose, or draw, you were the American champion. And it was almost like having a junior cup. Yeah. Because the World Clash was the senior cup.
Yeah.
But you also had a junior cup. So you didn't get to win any of those competitions.
No, unfortunately not. But I got experience, which is great too. People heard my name. It created a buzz. And I hope, Chin, that you make these guys a booklet. Cause that right now me have that on my yard. That's one of my prize possession. Me have the booklet. Yo, me I tell you people I bring the booklet and I ask me if it's sign.
Yes.
Me I tell you, yo, Bridget, this is for the sounds that are in it and don't realize what's about to happen to you. I want you to get it in your brain that this is just not a little simple dance where you just go and it's just okay, you sing, you play Amazon and I hit that. If the England thing I go come out at it as well, it's a very good one. That's the first time, actually the only time I clash at London, at England, was US Rumble. So me I tell the people, them just take the dance serious, and if you can capitalize off of it, do so, because this is definitely gonna be a pillar. You see what I say? And even 10 years later, to me, that experience at England, me never have that experience yet anywhere in the world, me go.
Would you say that the US Rumble, because now you're at the top of your game, we've seen a more mature Young Hawk sound. You're taking a lot more clashes today than you were taking that time. Has that experience, that UK Cup Clash, open to you and the World Clash open to you? Do you think that it plays any part in who you are now?
Definitely, because standing on stage is a lot different than just looking from the audience. Standing on stage amongst these top-notch selectors, you learn, you get to see certain things. And even a man like rest in peace, Squingy. While we were warring, in the middle of the clash, Squingy give me advice. Brother, no watch that. Just stand up, do what you have to do. In my opinion, you have try play more of this. And that's why, one of the reasons why me respect Squingy to the max. Because enough people bad mind, you know. That's why another reason also, me have to big up my brother Warrior. Because I saw we stay. Both are with there, with up on the stage. Although we are war, he will still say, young heart, boy, I think you forgot on that lane there. You know, and he's giving you straight advice.
So, some of the best times that I've had in the Clash arena, excuse me, has been when we all came together backstage. And when I say backstage, I mean not backstage as off the stage, but behind the stage.
Yeah.
Because only one person performs at a time, for those of you who have never been at a sound clash, right? And we all get a chance to watch and see how our competitors are doing or how our peers are doing. And there's times where the clash got so intense and so joyful that we find ourselves talking to each other, and we say, yo, you know, said the boy Ricky Troop, I got drop out right now. You know what I mean? Panther will go away, you know.
It was a fun and joke, but then
our man I go say, you know, Squingy will come over and say, yo, why Panther never play the answer with him there, so brother?
Right.
So it's like we want to win. Everyone is there to win, but everyone
everybody do good too.
Everyone, because there's a greater feeling when you kill a man at the top of his game.
Right.
Then when you kill a man because him have an off night, you can't say, yo, I'm kill Panther, I'm kill Mighty Crown, I'm kill Mataran. But you want to kill them when them a get
Steer forward.
And shouts to everybody who's tuned in all over the world. We're talking about, the Sound Clash Arena, and I'm doing our best that we can do to preserve it. The sounds that we're introducing are the next gunners of the industry. These are the people who will be, not all of them is going to win the US Rumble. Only one of them can win.
Right.
But these are the sound systems who are responsible for the US upkeep of the culture right now. You know what I mean? And I want to make that clear. There can only be one champion, but everyone on that bill is doing what they can do to keep the culture going.
Right. Yeah.
Now, here's the problem why, and I've said this in England and people got totally upset with me. And I say it in the US too and people get upset with me. The young sound them now have it like, the man them before them did have it. Here's why I say this. I'm not pointing out a King Shines or pointing out a Love People or pointing out a Broken Silence. It's a collective argument that I'm making. Gone are the days when you would go to a good sound clash, and Jamie, I know that you have witnessed this. Back in the good days, where a clash a keep, and every song will come up to bat, boss it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You know what I mean? When we go to these clashes that are happening, it's like one man boss it, and then it die down. The next man come in, flap for 15 minutes. The next man come in and boss 2 tune. Then the next man. So when you do the mathematics, Jamie Hype came in first, and in boss for him 10 minutes. But 3 people played after Jamie, and it was lukewarm until Gary Famous come in and boss it. That's a half an hour of the crowd standing there waiting to be entertained. And it never used to be like that. We are coming from a time where Jaro boss it, then Mighty Crown boss it, then Panther boss it, then Mataran boss it, and that's the energy that people love. So it is great to kill a sound, but to me it is more enjoyable to kill a sound when they bring their A game.
Yeah, on their peak. And you know what? Also, what I even talking about what we're talking about, a lot of these young sounds, I think part of the problem is they're taking this dancehall thing to another level. You see, back then, as you notice, like you said, even like Mataran, he's one of the most entertaining people you can be around in general.
Right.
Because him can chat.
Both himself.
And broke joke.
Yeah.
But it's good when even in a sound clash, you can laugh with the other person and you can see the clean-heartedness. A lot of these new sounds, I understand it's a competition, but they might take the thing to a level like they want to fight. And a lot of the people them on the internet, you have them write this stupid thing about hug up war.
But Jamie, that's the problem. You see, back in them days there was no thing called internet talking.
Yeah.
When man a clash, you see each other at the clash.
Yeah.
Now you have an internet now where a man can tout the next man and say this and say this and say that. Where sometimes the internet turn into a beef will lead to the clash.
Right.
You understand? Back in the days when you have screenshot them man, you just see them man until they got the clash.
It wasn't a cursing on internet.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I can remember, one of the biggest events that we've ever held at Irish and Chin, and it was World Clash 99. And the reason why World Clash 99 was so big is because as some local youth, we had no idea of the outcome that we were facing.
When Mighty Crown beat Jaro.
It's the year that Mighty Crown beat Jaro.
I was there.
But it's not only significant because Mighty Crown won. The whole settings of the actual event. We went from 1998, where we had Saxon, Don't Beat, and Jaro, and we had about maybe, 800 people, to the following year, putting Tony Mataran and Bass Adisi and Jaro on the same bill with Mighty Crown. You went to like 2,500 people overnight. And one of the craziest things that happened to me that night was Trooper and Mataran arrived at the same time. And when they arrived at the same time, they both tried to get in at the same time. And getting in at the same time caused a historical moment. They argued outside in front of the audience. So when they started to argue in front of the audience outside and jeering each other, when they went in, the audience decided that we are going to. So meaning that it got chaotic. People never want weird pan line no more, but it wasn't because people wanted to mash up the dance. It was like, yo, we may not get this moment again. And these guys have just cussed each other out and they're going inside. We're going inside with them. And That's the ingredients to a great clash. It's not about what you're throwing on the internet. It's not about physically throwing blows or the insults. It's the fact that the fans identify both of you as rivalry. And the fans decide I'm gonna buy into the Chin versus Ninja Ipe or Ninja Crown or Jamie Ipe rivalry. When you reach the level where the rivalry, you can identify a rivalry between two selectors, that's when you're boss. True. That's the ultimate boss. Because if them say Gary Famous and Jamie Ipe have a rivalry, then it means you also have a fan base. Yeah. Because you couldn't have a fan base without having the rivalry. And a lot of you out there who did not know the significance of the Rumble and the magnitude of the reach of the Rumble, I'm glad Jamie's here as a living testimony of what he experienced and the fame that he experienced. Now, I'm starting to remember that. Like, I'm remembering it, Jamie, and you know why I'm remembering it? Because I'm starting to remember in the lobby in the UK with all these girls. And I'm starting to remember that. I'm not yet. I'm starting to. I'm not gonna get him in any trouble. But let's put it like this way. And I'm not gonna stray.
I mean, the younger man get cheese on my English.
I'm not.
Oh God!
I'm not gonna.
Yo.
I'm not gonna stray. I'm not gonna stray. But let me say this. Jamie went hard in England. I mean, on the stage and off. You know what I mean? And let's leave it at that. As a US Rumble winner, right? And as someone who is probably the most active US sound that we've seen for a long time in the Clash Arena. Yeah. And be honest with me, I know I'm putting you on the spot. Can you vouch for these individuals or these two individuals sitting at the table with you?
Definitely, because also he has an advantage over the sound from California, over even my boy from Connecticut. He has warred in New York City. The people that don't know, New York City, like them say, is the mecca of sound clash right now. We can't say that without no apology. So, enough sounds that come from out of town do not know how to play for a New York crowd. Although people are coming from everywhere. A lot of people have that advantage. He has warred in New York quite a few times.
4 times.
Exactly. So by now,
5. I'm sorry, 5 times.
So by now he's supposed to be able to catch on to certain things. Like even little Warbany manner. You cannot play Rally Around the Sound as big as it is. They don't want to hear it no more.
So you know the do's and don'ts.
Yes.
You know the do's and don'ts.
Yes, I know.
And you're figuring somebody like Black Hustler who doesn't play here will have to bring their crowd. They will have to do trial and error.
They will have to bring their crowd.
You're feeling like broken silence.
Yes.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. Because let me tell you something.
But their style, from what I've heard, unless them adjust, they're going to be in a lot of problems. And that reached White Magic over the weekend. You know, and congratulations, somebody, and I have to big him up, is Scooby. Let me tell you this.
Tell him already. No, come on, man. Tell him already.
1,000%. You see the dancer we play at Bermuda? The man was 100 times better.
You talking Young Guns?
Yeah, Young Guns. And the man catch a vibe and him realize, say New York different. And that's one of the things to big up my brother, Warrior Sound. He's get slowly but surely, you know, he has the overseas European style. Right. You have to adapt according to where you are.
While you guys are having this conversation, I have just got the number for Poison Dart, who is actually the first U.S. Rumble champion.
So Jamie,
and I'm gonna try to get him on the phone.
As a selector and a sound that been through U.S. Rumble, been to World Clash, and been on the main stages, right?
Yeah.
What would your advice be to these sounds coming to U.S. Rumble in order to captivate the people, in order for you to get to win over the people?
Well, you have to be true to the music. And that is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? When me are one thing, me like to make people know, say, yo, me not do this for fun. Me do this because I love it. And I'm going to show you my experiences as a sound man will travel the world. This is what I use to kill people.
And that's the advantage of clashing people.
Those of you who are listening, I'm sorry to interject, guys. Yeah. Those of you who are listening all over the world, I have on the phone line the actual first holder of the U.S. Rumble trophy. The first national crowned Irish and Chin U.S. champion, Poison Dart, the owner, the selector, Kirky C. Kirk Wagwan.
Bless up, Chin, Wagwan, Chin, Wagwan, Gary, Jamie, Wagwan.
Bless up, my brother. Bless up, my brother.
We're here having a conversation about the U.S. Rumble. Young Hawk has given his experience of being the second holder, right? You are the first holder. Speak to the audience that's listening about what your experience was. Was the winning the U.S. Rumble, was it a positive thing for your career? Did it take you places? Like, just give them an illustration of what took place when you won the U.S. Rumble.
Well, first of all, I was listening to the show. Jamie, I can say, everything will come out of your mouth. You're 100% right. It is one of the greatest moments of my sound career.
I look there.
I mean, in 2001, 2002, the business kind of get stagnant. It came almost close to me giving up, like, leave this thing alone. Because I kill enough sound of Florida, and I kill every big sound of Florida, and this sound now go nowhere other than Florida. And I youth in Righteous occurred. She never think name US Rumble. I'm saying, no, man, I can't do that right now. And I guess Righteous link up you, and we get on the US Rumble, and we come at the clash and win the clash, and me not look back since. I mean, the England visit was amazing. The BBC radio, Miss Valerie and our whole staff, Jamaica. It was an experience.
Oh yeah, Kirk, because you did World Clash US, you also did World Clash Jamaica, right? And then you did UK Cup Clash as well. Did you do Jamaica?
Exactly.
No, I chose not to. You
didn't want to do the Jamaica one?
No, the bag. First of all, at that time, I was just getting back into it, and the Jamaica one seemed like I just a bag of new tune.
So here's the thing, people, that I forgot to mention. Back in the 2003, 2004. We had something called Jamaica's World Clash, or it was dubbed Debt Before Dishonor, and that was also part of the prize too. Yeah. So Kirky C and the Poison Dart family, Tarantula, they touched 3 stages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it was amazing. I mean, Jamaica, listen to me, I still watch the video every now and again to get some inspiration, because our first show in Jamaica was an amazing round. You know, as Jamie said, you know, Jamaica say new tune, and no artists ever want giving a tune and certain stone upon the bill. So we just play what we have and represent and did well. And I'm going to say the sound take off from this to another level and travel the world, still traveling the world. And to me, it's all because of US Rumble.
Kirky C's on the phone, people. The sound is called Poison Dart out of Florida. And they are the 2003 US Rumble holders. Kirk, before you go, is there any advice, as Ninja would say, advice that you could give the people who are contending this year?
Well, first of all, like me say, Jamie say everything, you know, I want to take it very serious. It's not like a regular clash. We want to clash around this song and around this song. This is a life-changing experience for your sound system. You understand? Prepare to the best of your ability. And, you know, me and Tarantula have said, you know, take your class very seriously, but have fun. And take no picture. And take no video. Because it's a memorable experience. You will never go through this again. As Jamie said, Jamie say everything, you know, everything where the man say, we said, John, know the same experience we go through when we go to England and Rary. And so, you know, just take it seriously and prepare to the best of your ability and have fun.
Kirk, before you go, we have started a campaign on social media, and it's called How Do You Become, is that what is Ninja? How to become a champion,
yeah.
a Sound Clash champion. I believe that's what it is. How do you become a Sound Clash champion? And speaking to you, who has won a number of Sound Clashes, who has also won the US Rumble, how do you become a Sound Clash champion?
I could just answer that question one way. Honestly, it's longevity. You're still not a business after 5 year, 10 year, 15 year. You know, just lose a clash and give up, or if someone split up and give up, you just continue going because you love this thing and this is what you do. So longevity. I mean, look on Jamie. I heard about Young Hawk before 2003, and then me to the sound kind of park, and when 2004 years from came about, me say, yo, the bad sound from Bronx I come out, you know. Me know so Jamie did I go in. And look what me now. The man there same way, what, how much year later, I kill people. You know what I'm saying? So longevity. You know what I'm saying? Enough sound is a champion. Young Hawk is a champion. We consider myself a champion. I is a champion. L is so supreme. The business continue going over all these years. Mike is a champion. And that's my answer.
Kirky C from Poison Dart, Florida's based Poison Dart, US Rumble champion, World Clash contender, multiple World Clash contender. And Jamie himself is also a world-class contender as well. We need to put that out there for people who doesn't really... Because here's the thing, and I don't think that many of us in the sound world use our accolades as we should. Because when you go up for a Grammy, say Ninja wants to be a singer, right? Ninja's always wanted to be a singer, right? And Ninja make some song. See? Now let's say, for instance, Ninja met the Billboard.
Right.
With one of them song them we met. See? And Ninja gets nominated for a Grammy. We now start referring to Ninja as Grammy unnominated artist. You know what I mean?
I left me no win.
If him no win, he's still a Grammy nominated artist. Right?
Me charge extra now.
I don't understand why we don't say world class contender, Young Hawk.
True.
Or you know, or whatever contender, like put those accolades that will reach, because it's not every song is going to reach the world class stage.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not every song that's going to reach the UK Cup class stage. And I'm not saying that you should.
Okay.
I'm just using you as an example.
Yeah.
So
I
have
gonna say the reason why I really don't do that, as the people them know me kind of stay humble in the game, because sometimes just doing
You say
that.
humble just now?
Yeah, I'm humble. Yeah, I'm a humble youth, you know. Anybody will know me. Except, you know, when we get on the stage now, then me start make man know say man are the general. But when you're in the street, sometimes it's good for us easy and make people talk for you. Like, and more time I get to a congratulations, my youth, you do your thing. I mean, just say, yeah, man, I tried.
You like it that way?
Yeah,
Chin.
man.
Let me ask you this before I go to you. Let me ask you this: what makes you a champion? Kirky C just said that you're a champion. How do you become a sound clash champion?
One, you have to love what you do. You know what I'm saying? And always find ways of creating certain things. Like, one of the things I was speaking of the other day, a man I talked about, anthem this and anthem that, or this one play the same set of songs. Sometimes people love familiarity. So if and we were talking about this actually in the group, and I was telling Junior Ramsey and the Ramsey family, like how them have the little 2-pack thing there where I go on for them. Keep it. Keep on and push it, because once the people them brand a thing, you know, and say, okay, they relate this with this sound, me have songs that people relate with my sound. So you have to be able to build something where the people look forward to hear it. Like when Stone Love come, you want to hear Stone Love Real Rock. You know that have a play. When Black Cat play, you want to hear Answer Rhythm. In the, you have to build something that they familiarize your sound with.
Some type of signature.
A signature. And as well to the MCs, never make them see you angry. Unless it's like blatant and you just decide, so boy, you're done with it. But like myself, because me a man will get dark when it's ready. But for the most part, especially when another sound a cardio, you cannot make them see you get angry. As soon as you get angry off of a card, them know it touch you and you're dead.
Right.
There's nothing else can come back when it comes to that.
Right.
When a man cardio, you have to laugh it off. And like Kirky C said, enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Make the people see you having fun.